Hey, what's up? I am Rob, and I have a website called FiznessShizness.com that is getting absolutely destroyed right now thanks to the September 2023 Google Helpful Content Update. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing and what I think is happening, and as well as a couple of other things that I think were an eyebrow raise for me as I was kind of preparing for this and seeing what's been happening over the last week and a half. So we're going to jump into that. But do me a favor, if you would. This is a new channel that I just started. I have another health and fitness channel, but I wanted to do one specifically about blogging and the affiliate sales and commissions that I am making through there. So I'm going to be doing a bunch more videos here. So if you're interested in blogging or making money online, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll be putting out more content as we move forward. But let's just jump into this whole fiasco with Google. So this is another update that Google has put out that is essentially trying to increase the experience in a good way for the end user, the people that are actually searching for things. And it is specifically targeting and trying to prioritize articles that are supposedly written by people for people. Not that AI can't rank, but they're trying to essentially say, hey, if a person is searching for how do I tie my shoes, then they want them to see articles that are written from a person's perspective of like, hey, I'm a person too. Here's how you tie your shoes. Now, this was interesting to me because even though my website is getting absolutely beat up right now, I don't hire any writers. And in fact, I use a very little amount of AI. Most everything is written by these fat old fingers here. So the fact that I am getting punished in this, at least so far, is not the best case scenario for me, and it's a little bit surprising. So what I actually want to do first is I wanted to jump in and show you a couple things that I found to be really interesting. I wanted to show you guys what I look at typically every day. This is my Google Analytics. You know what this is. I usually have this pulled up all day long and just kind of over to the side, but I like to watch the number in real time because I've gotten pretty good at, over the course of the last couple of years, being able to kind of like see what the number is and tell what the trends are if traffic's going up and traffic's going down. Right now it's got 4 visitors in the last 30 minutes. Right now it is 11:43 at night. That number was typically around 35 to 45, and so the fact that it is 4 right now hurts. That is an absolute beating. So I wanted to show you that real quick. But the main thing that I really kind of wanted to go over here was actually this, which is my Ahrefs. This is my Ahrefs dashboard. This is the tool that I use to track my traffic, my keywords, all that fun stuff. And so you'll see here, if you look at this, this is a scary looking slope downwards. It is dramatic and it is fast. It doesn't look like my other, if you look at the other ones on here, the big drops, they were gradual and just kind of slow. Then they also returned kind of slow, just over a matter of time, right? But this one is an absolutely different beast. So whenever I was watching my analytics, I didn't see the trend. I just saw it drop out. So something to keep in mind, this is different than what we've seen in some of the previous updates. And back here, if we actually look, here was the December 2022 helpful content update. My stuff just kept going up. I didn't even think anything about it. So September 2023 is an absolutely different beast. The other thing that I really kind of try to pay attention to is right here, the organic search specifically. And obviously it's just a massacre right now. It is the absolute the worst case scenario, or almost worst case scenario. But usually what I do, so I've got it set to the last 7 days, but usually what I'm watching is over the last 24 hours, and I'll flip back and forth between 24 and 7. So over the last 24 hours, I've lost another 10 keywords that were ranked in the top 3 for whatever keyword it was, and almost 300 total. Just like a week and a half ago, this number here of total organic keywords was about 32,000, so I've lost a lot. Top 3 about a week and a half ago was about 1.1 thousand. So again, if we kind of look at it like this, let me actually look at the last 30 days. I haven't looked at this particular one. So, good news here is over the course of 30 days, even after this beating, I'm still up on my top keywords. But if you look at it since the update dropped, it absolutely hurts. Like, oh man, 151 of my top 3 keywords. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. And maybe one thing I'll mention too is with a couple of my drops that I've had, what I've noticed is I'll have movement on either my URL rating or my domain rating right before it happens. So with this one, what happened was, if you look at this green line, my URL rating was 10, 10, 10, 10, and then literally like right before the update hits, I got dropped to a 9. And because I've seen that before here, you can see here it's 10, 10, 10, 9, boom, and then it falls out. So I'm kind of used to seeing like any sort of movements with my especially my UR, but sometimes my DR as well, that like something might be coming, and especially when, when an update's on its way and the number changes, you just go, oh crud. So, not what you'd want to see. It is the red wedding for sure, and winter is definitely here. So then I guess right now my question is, well, what do we do in the middle of this? And my answer is pretty simple. I'm not really doing anything because I think this thing is still shaking out. In fact, Google is saying it's going to take a couple of weeks for this thing to shake out. So if you start going to your website and you start doing article audits or site audits, you're probably going to be doing those based off of other articles that are ranking that aren't going to be ranked there in another couple of weeks. Things are still moving around too much, and you don't want to spend and waste a bunch of time trying to get your articles to re-rank by comparing them to other articles that are currently ranking, but in another couple of weeks are going to be nowhere to be found, or at least in theory. So for that matter, and for that sake, I think you just need to kind of sit still as far as your actual website goes. Let the bottom, let's find out where the bottom is at here. What's the phrase? Let the bottom fall out of it, and then we'll figure out. Something that I would recommend doing perhaps is maybe taking your top traffic keywords from your website and make a list of what are the current top 5 articles that are ranking for those keywords, and set those aside and come back and check that same keyword in another week. If those same 5 or 10 articles are still there in the top 10, well then maybe we've reached the bottom and it just is what it is, and your keyword or website is not getting ranked anymore, and then you can go back to work. But I think until then, until we know that this thing is over, I think we need to probably just take a step back, and also don't stare at your Google Analytics all day like I do. That'll drive you crazy. Let's take a look at some of these rankings, because there's something interesting that I noticed here. So this is a keyword that I have been ranking for almost the last 6 months. It's one of my top traffic keywords and top affiliate commissions keywords. And so I've usually been top at least 3 with this. I am currently now down to number 12. So that tells me a couple things. One is I still exist, which is a big deal, because I've had other drops where Google just simply removed me from everything. I was nowhere to be found on any of my articles. So the fact that I still exist, even if it's the top 12, I will absolutely take it. But what I actually found was more interesting than that. As I was preparing to do this video, I pulled this page up and I was ranked number 10 like 30 minutes ago. And then right before this, I hit refresh again and I went to number 12. What that also tells me then is things are moving. They're moving rapidly, and they're still moving like right now. So keep that in your back pocket, at least, that things don't seem to be over. Let me do one other one, and I wanted to show you something. Electric shaker bottle. Let's do this. Another one of my top keywords. And what I found interesting here is, here I am, I'm still ranked number 3, which is where I've been at for almost the last year. So that tells me one of a couple things. One is Google is fine with me being there, and it's like, hey, some of your keywords are still valid and still ranking. Or Google hasn't got to it yet, and I shouldn't hold my breath that it's going to stay there. But not everything has collapsed, which I found to be interesting. That's all that I've got for you. We are in the muck and the mire of this update, and we have no options except for let Google finish doing what Google is going to do. The hard part's going to be determining when that actually comes, and that's going to be a little bit of a guessing game. But I'll keep making videos here telling you guys what I am seeing as far as my website traffic goes, and any changes that might indicate that either it's still going, this punishment, or that maybe things have turned around. So again, if you're interested in blogging or making money online through affiliate sales, affiliate commissions, hit the subscribe button here, and I'll be putting out more of these, maybe help you accomplish those things. And I'll also put websites or links to my website that I'm talking about here down below, as well as my other YouTube channel for health and fitness stuff. I do a little bit of affiliate stuff over there that you might want to check out. So that's it. We'll see you in a couple of days, and hopefully we'll have some better news. But until then, just hold on to your nuts. Is that a thing? Hold on. Maybe it's hold on to your pants. Hold on to whatever you got. Well, I don't know what I got left, but I'm holding on to it. That's it. We'll see you in a couple of days. Peace out.